This single valve plug and play oil catch can in black is a great mod for the 2024 or newer GT or Dark Horse Mustang owner who's looking for a high quality catch can to maintain their Mustang's performance over the long haul. Now, catch can is one of the easiest ways in regulating the air quality in the PCV flow and preserving the lifespan of your 5-liter, if not extending it thanks to the cleaning process. Now, this specific option is a purpose-built choice for the Mustang owner who's looking for those benefits in either a supercharged or NA application, wants one of the largest options available, and a very easy choice to maintenance throughout the lifetime of the car. In normal operation, oily vapors are produced within the crankcase ventilation system, or better known as the PCV system, that can work their way back into the intake or intercooler tract, depending on if you're NA or FI, and potentially start to create sludge, gunk up certain components, and just drive down the engine's efficiency over time. Now, in order to prevent that, this specific choice intercepts those oily vapors and uses multiple layers and chambers in a 4-stage design process that draws all the oil from the air that flows through this. It pushes it and filters it down and deposits what you don't want to get back into your intake system into the bottom of this canister here. Now, this canister holds up to 4 ounces of oil, and just as easily as it fills up, it can be very easily drained. Now, it is a modular system. You can either twist off the bottom of the canister in order to dump it out, or you can clean the entire system as a whole. These do have easily disconnecting and connecting plug and play fittings that have a factory style build, so you can take this completely apart and clean it every few thousand miles if you'd like to. And it even has a quick release knob here that you can remove from the bracket, so you're not going to have to fight with the bottom of this canister in a very clustered engine bay, making this a perfect mod if you want easiness when it comes to maintaining your Mustang. Now, this has a solid build with a CNC machined billet aluminum construction for the majority of the components, including the fittings, which are notable considering that unlike the factory fittings or other options, the aluminum here is going to resist any type of cracking or failure compared to the factory choices. Now, the aluminum components also have a nice black anodized finish to resist corrosion on the metal underneath and just create a more cohesive look with the system as a whole. Now, the hoses included are also wear resistant. They are pretty big compared to other choices, 5/8 inches in size, and they do have a braided hose construction, which is going to resist any tearing and resist heat underneath the hood. Now, one of the coolest parts about this mod is that it is all designed, tested, and manufactured in the USA. So if that's something that you look for out of your parts, then this is going to fit the bill. This costs about $300, making this more of a premium choice, but comparing the specs, there is a clear reason why. This has one of the highest capacities in the category for oil retention. It's made of some super tough materials, and it takes a different approach to the fittings with more durable materials, while also keeping a plug-and-play fit that's easy to remove and easy to clean. Now, if you're looking for a high-quality product and want to pay a little bit extra to get a little bit extra when it comes to a mod like this, then this is a solid choice to consider. Install will be a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take you about an hour or so to complete, thanks to the very simple bracket and plug and play hoses. However, at this point, I'm going to hand it over to one of our installers here. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown on how you can get this onto your GT or Dark Horse at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into that install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, 10mm wrench, 3mm Allen wrench, and a 10mm socket. Today we're installing an oil catch can on our Mustang, so let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is lift up to remove our engine cover. Just pop it off all your grommets. So now we're going to disconnect our PCV line. So on these connectors, we've got a clip that we just need to pull up on and pull out, and then we can wiggle that off. Now it's in a tight spot down here, so what you can do is rotate this to get better access to it, and then pop it off. Now this is what that clip's gonna look like. We're just gonna push down on it and then pull it out, and that's gonna open it up and let it pop off. Next we need to remove the cover for our battery. Now we've got 3 holes where you would have clips I've only got one here, so I'm just gonna twist this to the left to spin it out. Remove it. You can do the same thing for your other two, and then we're just gonna lift up and pull out. So now that we have that cover removed, we're gonna be removing this bulkhead bolt right here. You can access it from the inside of the battery tray. It's gonna be impossible to get a camera angle on that, so we're gonna show you the front side, but we're just gonna go right behind with a 10mm socket and remove that bolt. While you're back here, just be careful that you're not bridging your terminals or anything. So now we're gonna be installing our bolt back through that same hole. So on this, you've got a bolt on each side, and then there's a shorter black sleeve and a longer one. You can remove the bolt with the shorter sleeve, and we're gonna put that to the side for now. And then on the longer sleeve, we're gonna remove the bolt out of that one as well. Now there's a little ring on the side that's gonna be closest to the bolt, so we're just gonna remember that for now. And then we're gonna take this bolt with lock washer and flat washer and thread it back through the hole that we just removed our bolt from. And then I'll grab my 10mm socket and run that in. And then we're gonna take that longer sleeve. Remember to thread on the side with that little ring. And we're just gonna thread this on until it's nice and tight. So now we're gonna grab that 90-degree bracket. On one side, we've got this cutout. So we're gonna take the other half of that bolt, remove the bolt from it, and slide it through that hole. Put your spacer on the other side, and then thread that into your sleeve. Now we don't have a lot of space to tighten down that bolt, so I'm gonna use a 10mm wrench. We're just gonna go a little turn at a time and snug this down. And now once that's on there nice and snug, we can mount our catch can. Now we do have a flat washer here on the end of that twist knob, and that's just gonna thread right into the threaded hole on the top of that bracket. Just get it lined up. So now I've got my twist knob still loose enough so I can slide this back and forth. Now I'm gonna take a 3mm Allen socket to loosen up these two bolts so we can spin it back and forth, and then we'll start installing our lines, get it to fit, and then we'll come back and tighten everything down. So now we can rotate this back and forth as well. So we're gonna take our short hose, that's gonna go from this connector on the catch can to our fitting on the valve cover. Our 90-degree is going towards this fitting, and the 45 is going down here. So I'm gonna press that on until it clicks, and then you can rotate this fitting. Press that on until it clicks. Now on my longer hose, again, we have a 90 and then a 45. The 90 is gonna go between the throttle bodies. We're gonna go under our evap hose. Press that down until it clicks into place. And then I'm gonna rotate my fitting to line up here. Press that on until it clicks. And then I can come back and fully tighten down my twist knob. And then we'll snug up our two bolts as well. Take that 3mm Allen socket again. Snug those down. Now we can reinstall our battery cover. So get this notch around your hood strut first, and then line up your 3 tabs here with the holes. Lay it down, and then you can reinstall your 3 push clips. Again, we only have the one, so I'm just gonna put that back in that spot. And then we can reinstall our engine cover. We've got our 4 grommets here that we're just gonna line up those pins with. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the single valve plug and play oil catch can in black for your 2024 and newer Mustang GT and Dark Horse. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.